Welcome back to Old Trafford. Manchester United have knocked Barcelona out of the Europa League, and I'm delighted to say Erik ten Hag joins us now. Erik, is that the biggest win you've had since being the Manchester United manager?
Oh yes, I think so, yeah. We had some good wins, Liverpool, Arsenal, home, really good wins, but I think this is, so to Barcelona as the leader, La Liga, 8 points ahead, Real Madrid. We all have seen Real Madrid in this week, and if you then beat them, I think it's a big win, yeah.
What didn't you like about the first half performance?
It's like European Cup, so second leg. I think it was flat, both sides, no chances at all. And if one has to go in the lead, we had big chances with Bruno in the start of the game. Also after a good switch, was a chip far post. Could have done better, and then but you're 1-0 down, and I think was unnecessary.
I was just going to say the first half was really flat, especially going forward, which was unusual for such a big game. And I'm just saying to you off air that substitutes this year seem to have made a massive impact on your team. That must be something you're really pleased with.
Yeah, that was one of the parts, of course, from our game plan. We know if we can bring Anthony, if we can bring Garnacho, you get over in the wide areas, you get speed, you get running behind, you get dribbles, and you get belief. They are so brave, both. They don't dare. They don't fear anyone, and especially when you go to Stratford End, they just take players on. They're running behind, and I think that gives a push to the whole team. Yeah.
Also, I was going to mention Freddie. I thought he was fantastic tonight, and especially the second half over there. I think he's a much better player further forward. I don't see him as a controlling midfield player. I think when he's further forward, he can play the pass. He's got a goal in him, as he's shown tonight. Is that something you think as well?
I think so. So in between, what he can do really well is so make runs behind, and the right moment. He has a timing, and so get behind the midfielders from Barcelona. I think that was part of our game plan. It was already in Barcelona, and now again was, I think, really effective to make that from the second line the runs.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I think impressed that, I mean, we've been covering all these games last season, this season, and at times when it's been difficult, the team has kind of struggled with that adversity. Think back to the Brighton and the Brentford game, and then today going 1-0 down against the top of La Liga. But it didn't feel like there was any nervousness, any stress. The team just found a way, found solutions, and it feels like the resilience is so different from what it was last season and at the start of the season.
I think we have some great personalities in the team, like Rafa and Licha Martinez. They're going forward. I said already, Anthony, he doesn't fear, or Garnacho doesn't fear anyone. And we have more. Bruno also, Casemiro, of course. So we have some players in, great personalities. And even when you get setbacks, they move on. And they carry on. And they are resilient, what you said. They are determined. They want to get the result. And if you believe in that, even when you conceded cheap penalty, you have to go on, and you can turn around such a game, and we know that, but you have to get the evidence, and this is when you win a big game like this, after 1-0 down, difficult situation, you can do it. I think this will really is a good motivation in the season.
Erik, the draw is tomorrow, live on BT Sport, to find out who Manchester United will face in the round of 16. Have you thought about who you might be up against?
It doesn't matter for me. I focus on Newcastle United. This is the only thing that counts. Doesn't matter who will come. We have to beat them all. We know that. So if you want to win the cup, we will see. We will respect every opponent. Don't get me wrong. But if you are well prepared and we have a strong belief, we can do.
I think Erik wants to play against anyone except one team. Who's that?
Who's that, Robin?
But I go to inform.
Feyenoord.
Get all the information. No, I think it's a possibility.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, absolutely. Erik, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck on Sunday in the Cup final well. We appreciate your time.
Have a good night. Okay.
Thank you.
Well done.
All the best, Erik. Well done. Congratulations.
Erik ten Hag was telling us a moment ago that they've got to get themselves down to London. It's such a significant win, potentially, ahead of the Cup final, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is good to go in with the momentum of beating a good team like Barcelona, a top-class club with the history they have. It was important going into Sunday, but there's not just Sunday. Sunday is a massive game for silverware. It's something this club need, and it will take a little bit of pressure off him and the team. Now, every game from now to the end of the season is going to be big. Now, I'm still not going to rule them out of the title. I know people will say they're a little bit too far away, but if a lot of people say Manchester City got in the league, what are they, 2-3 points behind Manchester City? So I still think they're in with a chance with this momentum. The only thing I think that might hurt them is the amount of games. You think they've got the League Cup final on Sunday, I think they've got the FA Cup midweek, Liverpool away the week after. There are some tough games, but on the other hand, they've played Arsenal twice, they played Manchester City twice, and I still think they're in an half-decent position to go for the league.
The thing that impressed me the most is it feels like everything's changed. The atmosphere's changed, the performance on the pitch has changed, the relationship with the managers coming out to join us, everything.
It's known with this team as well to put a high pressure, and that wasn't the case in the first half. So with a couple of changes and Anthony in, you could, and then of course the quick goal helped. But you know there's space in front, and there will be runners in behind. And of course the goal helped, but then you're in a different situation, and then you could feel that the whole stadium started to believe in it again. And then it is a great way to win a very difficult game against a very good side. You could see that Manchester United was slowly taking over the game in the second half, and in the end a deserved win.
Yeah, I think you can see Bruno. I think he's doing a job for the manager on the right-hand side in that little channel there to play balls, get crosses into the box. But actually, you can see him when he plays central as a 10, he's so much more comfortable. He affects the game. He did it in Barcelona. He did it here tonight. Casemiro with Fred. Scholes, I've been talking about Fred. When he plays in between a 10 and a defensive midfield player, he's great. He's box to box. He gets licensed to get in the box. And it just feels like the balance of the side is better. Varane and Martinez were fantastic. David made a huge save. So I thought there were a lot of positives tonight for United.
But it shows as well that Fernandes plays on the wing. And great players do that for your team. Rooney did it as well a couple of times. In his time, many times on the wing. And it's like when you're a great player, you are a team player. And when the team needs you on the side, on the wing, then he does that, and he's showing that he wants to win for the team, for everyone, and even as a winger, he's still doing well. But I do agree with you, Owen, that in the center of the pitch, he's by far the best. Yeah.
Was that key tonight, the versatility of a lot of the players, particularly in that front four for United, that they all had the ability to sort of mix around and play in different positions?
I don't think it was key in the first half, so I don't think it worked particularly well. We know Bruno will sacrifice himself to play out there. Sancho playing in a little bit of a different position. OK, he came on Sunday and did OK there, but he's not comfortable in there. He wants to be out in the wider spaces. And sacrifice is what it's all about in these big games. You mentioned Wayne Rooney, he did it so many times to accommodate Cristiano Ronaldo, and just bringing them that anticipation and quality to the team that Bruno has. Wherever he plays in the team, he is
so much more positive. So I think it gives everybody confidence watching this, going into Sunday, that get a first trophy in a very long time, and just feels like it's a completely different place, Manchester United. Credit Erik ten Hag, he's transformed this football club.
Robin, the draw is tomorrow.
Yeah.
If Feyenoord and Manchester United face each other, will you come back and join us on BT Sport for the game?
I would love to. Yes.
Who would you be rooting for?
Ooh!
Hey, if you say Feyenoord, they won't be singing your name again like that.
I work for Feyenoord now, and Feyenoord is my childhood team. So, difficult one. No, listen, Manchester United won so many things over the years. Let Feyenoord win this one then.
Robin, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have your company, as always as well, Owen and Paul. What a win for Manchester United. They've done it. They've knocked Barcelona out of the Europa League. Don't forget about the draw tomorrow, 11 a.m.